Welcome back to Mascot Media Video YouTube channel. My name is Gilbert Angonye. My job is to make the web development simple and easy for you in this generation of IT so you can start and finish building your web project. If you value this video, enable to give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. It goes a long way to growing our channel and to make sure that you never miss out of any new updates. In our today's tutorial, we're taking a look at table, HTML5 table. Here, from the screen here, you can see that I already have a folder called table. You can create a folder from here, or you can go to your folder. Here, I want an index, or let me not call it index. I will be taking them based on the sections we have under the table. I will having different kinds of subtopic inside this topic called table. I wouldn't want to be, because most of this is the source code will be posted in our channel. In the link, we'll put the source code. So I'll be taking them page by page as they are. I wouldn't want to be deleting. So when I finish any one, I leave it and go to another one. So now in the first one, I'll be handling HTML table without border attribute. HTML table without border attribute. Table without .html. That is the table. By clicking shift and exclamation, we'll have this page you are seeing here. If actually you've been following us on this channel, you definitely know what I've just done now. But in any case, table without border attribute. I'll go on with my head 2 and I will copy this. That's the head 2, giving out this. I always like to go with a live server. Click on this, get a live server, so it will be easier for us to see what is happening in the browser. I would like to be seeing it as I do, I save. So let's give you a table. So table.border attribute. That's what we'll have at the live server. You can see what we have at the browser, table without border attribute. Please, I zoom this so that it'll be easier for the viewers to see. Some use mobile devices, and if it's so tiny, they find it difficult going with the material. So table without border attribute. That's a plain table, normal table. So we go with our table row, TR. This is called table row. Okay, we'll go on with our table. Inside the table, we'll have our table row. These are elements. If you have been with us in this series, you must have gone through element before. That's why in my video, you see that I have 0, 2, 3. They're numbered, so that you know the one is supposed to go before. Not that you go and follow a situation where you go and take the last one without knowing what happened in the first, second, and third series. So we have table row. This table row, inside table row, we have our table head. Table head. So here now we would like to take okay, let's take first name. Please, let's use a first name. Let me use some spaces here so it'll be easier for us to see. First name, last name, then points. That's another table head. Then I'm through with that. I can save so it's easier for you to see. Now you can see what is going on here. Let me correct that, please. See what is going on there. We have first name, last name, points. Then inside this place now we have another table row. Inside table row, we will not have table head. We are through the head. Now let's have table data. Henry, we have names Henry. Table data again, we have Mark. Table data again, we have the points. 78. Then we have another table row. Inside the table row, we have our table data. Inside that table data, we have names like Leo. Another table data, we have name like Abraham. Inside the next table data, we have the points like a God Knight. Then here we have another table data. Inside the table data, table row place. Inside the table row, we have a table data. Inside the table data, we'll give an input, and what's the name? Joy. At the end, we have another table data. Then we have John. Then we have at the end again, we have a table data. What's the point? It's 95. Probably let's take the last table row. Inside the table row, we're looking at table data. Scroll up small. Inside the table data, we have Tony. Then the table data again. At the end, we have a row. Then at the end, finally, the table data, we have 78. We save, and they are right there on the table for you. That's what we have on the browser. If you check this one here, the name, check it, is bolder, is darker, thicker than the data. That anything put inside the table data will be a kind of heading for them. Check it and check these ones. Henry Mark, Leo Abraham, Joy John, the chain row. Check them. This one happened to be thicker. Hope you get the point now. Alright, so that is what we see in a table without attribute. No single attribute. You know what an element is? Well, gave this table with elements. No single attribute. If you look at it very well, you understand what I mean by that. No single attribute, just elements. And that is table. No line. So that's the code. As simple as that. The table row, table head, then table data. That's all. If there's any comment, any question, put it down in the comments. So it will be easier for us to know what you have in mind. But this is a table without border attribute. In our next section now, we'll get over to table with a border. All right, let's go to table with border. In that case, now we'll go to the next one, table with .html. As table with HTML, table with attributes. So here we go again. Normal. Here we'll go to table with border attributes. I'd like to copy this. So that's using my heading. Header 2. Table with border attributes. At the end, you see the difference between this table and the other. Here, normally, if you want to draw a table with your ruler and pencil, they're supposed to be. If you write something in this form, and there's no ruler, ordinarily somebody may not even identify sometimes that it's a table. But the moment you put the ruler, put the pencil, then draw the line, then someone will call it a table. Inside table, we'll have our table row. And let me go over there. Instead of wasting our time repeating that, let's copy the same thing we have here, then put the border. So let's paste it here. We'll save. Let me open it in a live server. And before I do that, I would like this thing to be serious. So let me rearrange this. I would like it to be serious so it will be easier for us to table 01. Table 01. I renamed the first one and opening the live server because I will still use it in my illustration. Table 01. Then the second one is table 02. Table 02. I rename it 2. Then let me open it in the live server so it will be easier for us to follow along. So I've done this. Let's see the one that got open. This one is, let's see the one that opened. This is 01. This is 02. Okay. Then in our title, they differ. All right. To know where we are now, we need a table with a border attribute. The border that will come in with the help of CSS. We have not done anything with CSS, but I need to put it so that it will be easier for us to see. So up here at the header, you put style. That will give you a table. Mention the table, mention the element you want to style. Then I say table border. Do something for me in the border. I need one pixel. Make it solid to make it black for me. That's the color I want. You see what happened now? There's a border around the table. Now that table has a border. Good. But the inner lines are not yet there. These inner lines, we can see that they all came with the help of this and this, these two elements. The table head and the table data. This is a table head. This for the table data. These ones I selected now, highlighted, they are the table data. While these ones here are the table head. So we are going to style them. We'll come up here at the style. I'm supposed to put it here, but because I'm not teaching CSS, I don't want to go in details, I don't want questions. So I said table head, comma, table data. Please do something for me. They are the two elements. I've taken them up here. Then I say the same thing I said. Can you see what happened now? There are lines inside the table, in and out, everywhere. That is what I mean by table with a border. But the border, if you look at them, it just looks like maybe some keypad or something like that. Lines in and out, double everywhere. So that's all I can give to you now on table with a border. But for the record, you can take this thing, this table, comma, table head, comma, table data. Then delete this one, or you comment this. You know what a comment is. You save, still give you the same thing. Here now you have the table, you have the table head, you have the table data. Three of them, because they have the same attributes. I'm giving them the same thing. So that's what we'll have there. So that's all I can give to you on table with border. Okay. The next one will be seeing collapse border. I don't like the way these lines are. Look at them. I don't like the way they are. Look at them very well. I want these double lines to vanish. Let it be single. So that will be called collapse border. Table with a collapse border. Okay, let's go to the next one. Table author. Don't forget collapse.html. All right, table with collapse border. Table with collapse border. All right. Here with our head 2, we'll paste this. Then we can go over and still borrow. Let's go and take our table. If you don't understand what we did here by copying, you can go over to the first class, which is the table with that border. So we have this table here. Let's open it in our live server so that it will be easier for us to see. It has opened. We need to style it. It is a style now that will give us the that will make the border to collapse. Style is CSS. Meanwhile, I am teaching HTML, but I need these styles to fine-tune whatever I'm doing here. If I keep it to my time, keep it to the time I'll get to CSS, so we'll have a lot to do there. So let's start here. I want to style this so that this border will collapse. The borders we saw here, I want them to collapse. So let's call an element, call table. We say border, one pixel, solid, black. Next, we say border collapse. We say collapse. The first one, you know that one, he gave us the border. Then we'll comment this next one and save. Something changed. You didn't see it, but you'll see it later. Now, the next one is text align left. Width of the table. Let's take 50%. The table head, table data, border collapse. Let me see the first one, please. First one here, we save. You know, you are familiar with this. That was where we stopped last time. So here, we uncomment this and we save. You can see what is going on. Text align. Everything is aligned here. If I am to expand this form, you can see what happened here. Let's do this. We have expanded this. Look at this. It is still small like this, but look at this. It has given off 50% of the entire page. That's what we did here. You can see the difference between this table and this. Apart from the size, we say 50%, but look at them. You can see the difference. This one is like a table now. There's not much normal table. Then this is a code, the CSS code that did everything we did. That's what we're going to stop for now on that. All right, having been through with collapse borders, let's go to cell padding. If you look at this table, I want you to see something here. The text is very close to the border, which you call line. They're very close. We want to pull them out from where they are. With that, I'm not going to make a fresh table or a fresh page. Under this collapse, I will add it /cell padding. Then we go over to our live server to have an update /cell padding. It's going to be an addition to the style, the CSS, an addition. Let's see what happens. Then you agree with me that this thing happened here at the table data, and so let's see the element that will give us this thing, table data and the table head. So here I can say padding. We want to shift it away from the border. Padding, let's say 15 pixels. Whoa, take it easy. You can see what happened here. 15 pixels. Here 15, here 15, here 15, and here. Though you may not see this one because already this side, because of length, got padded. Now look at body head. Everything here has gone away from the line. That is cell padding. We'll call this one cell padding. That's what it is called. Then based on some things, we'll go over to border spacing. If I want to space the border, I go over to table. I say border spacing. Border spacing. Probably let's take 5 pixels. It's 5 pixels. You watch. Border spacing is 5 pixels. Then think I'm getting through with that one. This is a simple table. I think it's okay now. Depends on when you want. If you don't want to align to the left, you leave it. What if we want it to align to the right? Alignment, center. Since we're teaching, you see what happened at the browser? This align center is now align the center. What if I want it to align on the right? I save. What will happen? They all align to the right. Okay, but let's see what happens. Excuse me. See what happened? Let me change this to the left. Okay, look at what happened here. All right. I comment this, then comment that. Okay, it's already in left, and we save. It's aligned to the left. All right, I think I'm through with that. The table remain the same. Table element, table row element, then table header, followed by table data to anywhere you want to stop. That's a normal table. Collapse border, then cell padding. But there's something else we'll go into, and that one will lead us to what we call column and row span. In that, I'll start a fresh table. Column and row span. Here, what do I call it? Column and row span. Column row span. Column row. Okay, column row span. .html. Our page. And we'll call it a table. Oh, I'm supposed to call that in table, please. Need to go back. Table, column, and row span. I have to go and number that again, please. Rename it. Table. That should be 04. Think so? I believe it's 04. Okay, that's 04. We go to a live server, right, for a long name. Go to a live server. Nothing is there because we've not put anything here. There. So we have our header 2 and we save. Something is there. Table row and table column and row span. Table column and row span. I don't know how to explain that, but there are some tables that you see. They have one column up, down, they have 3. They have one row up. Under it, it's supposed to be another row, but now in the rows, they have 3 columns. Instead of one column under it, you have 3 columns under it. I don't know how to explain it. You may not get a picture, but you'll get a picture right away. So let's see what we can do now. For example, if we have a table, that's an element. Then we have our table row. Inside the table row, we have the table header. We call it name. Inside that table header, after that table header, we have another table header. We call it telephone address. We call it address. Address. Then inside this element of the address, inside the table head, we have column span is there already. How many do you want it to span through? Let's say 2. Then after the table row, we'll have another table row. Inside the table row now, we'll have our table data. Inside table data, we have name like Mark John. Then after that, we have another table data. Address is we have another table data again. Addresses. Then we can save to see what we'll get. With this, you may not understand what we have done because we have not put the style that will arrange what we need. We need to put a style that will give us what we want. But I would like to put the second table so we can save time. Table. Inside the table, we'll have table row. Let me give it a caption. Let's say I give it caption. And what's the caption? Table cells that span many rows. Table cells with multiple columns. Then this one I want to put here. Caption will be table cells with multiple rows. Table cells with multiple rows. So inside the table row here, hope you can see that very well. We have table head, which is name. Did I put that inside that? Which is name. That's not the right name. Name, thank you. Then under it we have table data. We have Mark John. That's for 2 of them. After that, we open up another table row. Inside the table row, we have table head. Inside it we have table head. Inside the table head, we have a row span. That one was column span. This one is row span. Inside here, we still have our address. Under it, we have a table data. Inside the table data, we have our address. And after that, we save and be seeing something. I have to put break here. So outside that row, we'll have another table row. Then inside the table row, we'll have a table data, which gives us the next. And we save. But let's see if we can. Okay, expand this. We have something like this. How to put the border? Let's go back to our style. Inside our style, we call on the table element. Say border, 1 pixel, solid. Give a black color, please. Border collapse. We all know this one. Border collapse, let it collapse, please. We'll be saving, we'll be seeing that. Then text align. Let's say center. Width of the table. Width of the table. 50. Will it be larger? Okay, we have done for the outside stuff. Let's check the table head, table data. Give us something. What do I give you? The border collapse, text align. Let's copy this story. This can help us. Then there's something we'll give to this last one. That's why they're separate. That's the same padding of 15 pesos. If I expand this, no. Here we have, okay. Sorry, please. I forgot to tell them do this thing by 2. Sorry for that, please. But thanks. Some of those things we see. All right, we see this. The issue was just that I put row span without telling it how many times. So now I'm ready. You can see what I mean by this one is a table with multiple rows. You see, this one row, but gave us 2 rows inside. This one is just 1 column for address, but under it you have, if you like, you put 3, then you still get it in that way. So exercise you do at home is just go and give us 3 or 4 or 5. Then manipulate these things and see what you will get. So that's all I can give to you on tables with rows and columns. That's spanning rows and columns. This is the HTML for this, for the row. The HTML for the column. This is HTML for the rows. Column, rows. Then up here you have the CSS. That's what gave us all these things you are seeing. The lines are there. You see padding and not the rest of them. Okay, that's all I can give to you on column and row span. While I was doing that, I hope you saw when I put the caption. It was that caption that gave us this caption. It's always just above the table. I don't think I will have anything special to tell you about that caption. It's just an element. This is where we'll put it. Remember when we were handling elements, I told you if you go to form, every single element in form will element and attribute in form will finish it. Now we're in table, so I have to ensure that all the elements that are involved in coding table are used. Just any other one, maybe as we go, we get to see them all. It's something I want to show you in a table, which I can call special table. All right, let's go over to our form. The table 05, that should be 5 special.html. Get our page, table special, still table special. Come to our head 2. I like head 2. I don't too much like because of I zoom the page. If I use H1 to be bolder. All right, let's get our live server to see what we'll get. Special table. All right, let me give spaces down here so it will be easier for you to see. Normally we have the first thing we'll have inside table is table row. Okay, let me see what to save time. For the table I want to show you will be something like this. So to save time, let's come here. We take off this. We delete this, we paste this, we caption. We're going to be using caption, so you know it's an element. Special table. All right, let me add some rows. So to be, I will double this table. I'll repeat this table, make it double. Here I have a special table with ID. Special table without ID. Pick up this caption. Special table with ID. The other one's supposed to be without. After the first table, let me give some space there. A line break. Yes, giving us something like this. Let me put, where's the second one? All right. This table, let me give it an ID. ID of mascot. Okay, the ID is mascot. ID is an attribute which I know you have seen if you have gone through attributes. If you have gone through attributes, you must have known what an ID is. ID and class, they do the same thing. So let's go style. We call on the table. Remember, the first table is here without an ID. Second one has an ID. So as I'm calling on this table, we're not teaching CSS, but based on some reason, if I just decide to teach table without CSS, there are many of them which you have seen we cannot handle. And that to say that by the time we get to CSS, we have to repeat this table again. In fact, it will be like we want to start it again. So it's not going to be easy. I'm doing it with CSS. Any CSS I come across, I'll tell you what it is all about. By the time we go to CSS fully, then you got to know what CSS can do to tables. You see a lot of things. But for now, if I don't use CSS, the table won't look like a very good table. Width of that table, this table here, 60%. All right, so we'll mention the one with ID, you know. Then we say table head, table data, give us something, border. As usual, 1 pixel solid, and make it black, please. Border collapse. It's all right. After that, we go to table head, comma, table data. I'm referring to you people now. What do you do for me? Padding. Let's take 5 again. I say test align. Keep it left for me, and I save. You see what is happening? Okay. So what happened? Now, remember we gave an ID. So we say table. Let's refer to our guy now with an ID. Table with an ID. The hash is an ID of mascot. The hash denotes ID. Dot is class. I don't want to get into that for now. So the ID of the table row with an n child even, or the even numbers. If you belong to the even number class, if you belong to the even number, do something for me. Background color 000000. That's the color I want it to be. Those of them in the even line. Okay, let me copy this because of time and paste. And I come here, say odd. Okay, odd color FF. Oh, okay. We have seen those in even and those in odd for the table. Table again with an ID. The hash is an ID of mascot. You see all the changes we are making because we involve the ID is making that reference to this very table without remembering that there's another table here because we use the ID. But without the ID, when we're making reference to table, it's affecting everybody. So if I want a change that I make here to only affect this table, that means I have to ID this table. But where I did not ID this first table, it was without ID. It's here. It was without ID. You know why this is like this? Because there's an error here. I'll come back to that. There's no ID here. So if you're making reference to table, it's giving whatever credit you have to this table and anything that is table here. So if you don't want, I'm telling you the function of an ID now. If you don't want any codes given, any instruction given here to affect the other person, you ID them. But now, let's go on to what we're doing. So the table with an ID of mascot, that table with an ID of mascot, inside that table, we'll have the table head. Do something for me. Background color. Give us hash FFF. Let me save and see. Color. Give me white. Okay, sorry. This should be not 00 E. Sorry for that. This color you can use 3 E's or 3 F's, like 1, 2, 3. It still give you the same thing. So but I learned 6 of them there. You save. I want to see the difference between these two colors. Okay, please let's black. Let's do this one black. Let's change this to be black. I have the header to be black, then the white will be the color of text. Okay, so you have seen how this thing is. That is a table. I call a special table. The heading. What gave us this heading is here. The table head. So the table head I mentioned that gave us background color to be black. Then the text of it to be white. You can see the first name, last name, and the points. Yeah, white. Okay, I think that's good, and we can put an end to that. All right, that's all we're gonna stop for now on this draft game. So go straight to our page. Here we'll see draft game, board game. Now head to draft game board. It's a draft game board. We use table to do that. So I would like to take it in that way. Draft game board. Table. Caption. Draft game. We'll take our table row. If I'm to take a comment, row 1. Table row. Inside the table row, let me bring down this a little and also put some table row line brush. I'd like to open this in a live server so we can see at the same time as we develop it. Alright, draft game board. So inside the table row, we'll have the table head. I will use this table head to do draft is 10 by 10. We need a draft like this, something that's like this, or it could be like this too. Could be like this, depends on choice of color. So that's exactly what we want to do. So I'll copy this. It's 10 by 10. That's 10 by 10 for you. This is the first row. If I'm to save, you can't see anything. I'll use internal CSS to get it done. I'm not going to use inline.
and I'm not going to use external. So I'm going to ID some of the, before then let me copy this. That's row 2. Let me put the ID. If I put the ID, then I don't like it. Yeah, and that's okay now. So let me give them ID. The red. Then this one with an ID of the gray. Then I take this and copy here. I'd like to show you something after the first. Then here we start with the first, sorry. Next one will start with the second one. That's the red. This one is gray. Whoa. Gray. Then gray. Then gray. Alright, that is, this one is supposed to be the red. We can't see anything in the browser, but let's try to put the CSS so we can easily see what we're doing and see how we can make possible corrections and get out of this place. Alright, in the CSS, we go to style. Inside the style, we call on the table. This table is an element. In the CSS, we deal with what we call it elements. So we say table as an element. We need a width of 100%, the entire width of the page. Give us background color of black. Because we save, and you can see something on the browser. I've taken a width of 100%. Now remember here we are giving you a table. We are giving you. Okay, let's also deal with caption so that it should not be left. Caption. It's an element. What happened to the caption? Font size. Give us 200%. If you enlarge, you will see what we're saying. And you know one thing with fonts, with caption, is that it keeps the title at the center. If you look at this title, I didn't give it a style, so it is there. But the left hand side, that's where it's been. That's the position. But caption brings whatever is there at the center. That is the difference between this one. The head 2, without any style, is by the left hand side. But caption, right here, but caption will always keep it at the center. Hope you can see that. Alright, here, look at this. We have ID the first, we left the second, third, we left the fourth. Remember, we have the entire page, the entire table have been colored to be black. Hope you can see. The entire page have been made to be black. Now, I'm bringing the other 2 colors, which is red and gray. So let's go straight and give it here. We say table and the table head. Table head. Give us border. Let it be 1 pixel. Solid. Make it black. Please. Apart from that, border collapse. Let it collapse. Border collapse. We save. If you looked at the browser when I was saving, something happened. You might not see it. There's no need since they are black. So, but we'll have to put it there. So let's see the table row. I want you to do something for me. Table row height. Give me height of 100 pixels. Then width. Make it 100 pixels. Then I save. The height of the table row. Remember these table rows, there are 10 here. In one row, from here to here, from the left side of this down to this side, from left to right, there are 10 pieces. That is this row you see here. Okay, since we have ID them, let's still go back to style. That's where our work is. We say table head. Remember table head with an ID of the red. Okay, remember? Do something for us. Background color. Give us red. I save. Table heads with an ID of the red. TH red. Oh, I put the red. The ID of the red. give us red. I don't know whether you saw what happened now. Remember, we have only given 2 rows, row 1 and row 2. So the first red is for row 1 and the second one. But I have not given the style for the gray. So we come here and say table heads with an idea of the gray. Do something for us. Background color, give us gray. We save. And if you look at the browser, all of them that we say give us gray, they have all given us gray. These gray colors now are on top of the black background, if you really what happens. So we have 3 colors now. First was the black we use in covering the entire table. Then the 2 happen to be the gray and the red. So let's see how we can continue. We only have 2 rows here, row 1, row 2. So let's take other rows, which is going to be like this. Now I see the comments. Let's put the row numbers very well so I will not get confused. This is row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, 7, 8, 9, and that should be the last one. I don't know. Of course. Now we have done with row 1 and row 2. Let's go to row 3. In row 3, our red has to move to the 3rd one. Our red has to move to the 3rd one. This one will be the gray. Has to move to the 3rd one. Our red will be here. If I save, I saved and all of them. This is what we copied. So let's move the red to its position. We'll go to the 4th one now. Red should be in the 4th. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th. So this is where red is supposed to be. Then gray will come back here. This is the ID. Then this will be on the 5th one. The red will be on the 5th one, and this red here will be the red here will be on the 6th one. 6th one, the 6th row. Red will be on the 7th. Remember to change this to gray. Red here will be on the 8th. Red will be on the yes, red will be on the 9th. That's good. We change the red to gray here. Red will be on the 10th one. We change the gray here. Now we save and look at. That's exactly what we'll have in mind. This is a draft board game. If you have seen draft or you have played that draft before, that's how it looks like. You can change the color. What if I decide to remove let's see what happens here. I go to the CSS, the background which is black, background color black, I comment it and save. Let's see what happens. You can see how it is now. The color have changed. So this is exactly what I want to show to you. The draft game is simple. It's very, very simple depending on how you are thinking. So let me comment this again. We save, we'll have a black and ash, black, gray, red. So that is exactly what I want to present to you on draft game. If there are any other projects you want us to build, you can drop it in the comment section. We would like to take a look at it. In as much as it is HTML, drop it in the comment box. We can handle it. Any topic we are handling, if there's anything you feel like we're supposed to do, freely drop it at the comment section. We'll take care of it. Thank you. Having gone this far, thank you for following me. This is our channel, Mascot Media Video. By name, I am Gilbert Angonye, presenting this very thing to you. It's my pleasure to have you here, and I'm happy you have gone with us up to this level. If you value this tutorial very much, please enable to click that like button, share to friends, and don't forget to subscribe. These are things that will make our channel grow. Like I always say, this channel is new, but I tell you that whatever we're teaching here is not new. But we are trying to put it in the better place, the better position, so that you can easily understand what we are doing here. We are teachers, and we are teaching. We are presenting the best to you, using the best approach. An approach that will make it easier for you to follow in what we're doing. That's what we can solve for now. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.